our next lesson on how to create account on Kobotoolbox. So in this lesson, I will guide you on how you can go about creating your account on Kobotoolbox. So you open a web browser and you type www.kobotoolbox.org. Kobotoolbox.org. Once you type that, you press the enter key. It should bring you to this environment, the Kobotoolbox environment. Now, Kobotoolbox works like ODK aggregate, so it allows you to send your data from the field to your form that you have already uploaded to Kobotoolbox. So you can also carry out your data analysis on Kobotoolbox environment. So you use Kobotoolbox to either design form or to upload your already designed form. In this case, we're going to be uploading our forms. And then you can also use Kobotoolbox to now link up with your ODK collect tool, which you use to collect data, and then at the end you're able to analyze that data using the Kobotoolbox environment. So we'll scroll down to where we have getting started. So there are two types of accounts you can open: limited use for humanitarian organizations and researchers, aid workers, and everyone else. So we're going to use this. So you click on create an account. Once you click on create an account, it depends on your speed of internet. It brings you to this environment where you basically need to enter your name, because that's your full complete name now, the name of your organization, your username. So you select the username you want to use, your email address. It has to be active email address, and then you select the sector. Let's say in this case we're going to use educational services for this sector. Select your country. If you are from Nigeria, take Nigeria. Then gender, enter a password and confirm the password. Then you click the create account. Remember, your password will be tested for password strength. So ideally you should enter a password that someone cannot easily guess. So once you enter the password, Kobo will tell you whether the password is of the right strength or not. If it is not of the right strength, it tells you to re-enter another password. So I've entered a password that is weak. This is a top 100, top 10 common password. So I can't use that password I've entered. So you have to enter a password that is a little bit strong. So I've entered more. So now it's okay. So once you've done that, you create account. Once you've clicked on create account, Kobotoolbox will send you a link for you to activate your account. So go back to your email address which you provided here. Open the email address and look for the email from Kobotoolbox. Follow a link there, click on it, and then you activate account. Once your account is activated, it brings you to the login environment where you can basically supply the same username you have used while creating account here and the password you supply. So the same login details is what you're going to need here: your username and your password. Once you've done that, click the login button. It takes you to the Kobo environment. So I take that again. Once you've activated your account, you have your username and password, come to this environment, and then you log in into Kobotoolbox environment. So if you have any questions, just as before, we expect that you send us your questions. So you can go back to kobotoolbox.org and click login instead of create account. Now that you've created your account, you can always go back to log into your account. So for new users, you need to create account. For other follow-up users, you log in. Kobotoolbox environment is free, is open source. Remember your course on open source. So it's open source also, which means you have access to use it for free as much as you are using it under the terms of use. So you can collect your data for free. You can collect online and offline using your mobile phone. You can synchronize your data, and then you can have access to your data immediately you upload it. So there are some features of Kobotoolbox. You can play around that while you are looking through the environment. So you can collect different type using your tool and then your phone. You can also aggregate your data and have beautiful chart plotted by Kobotoolbox for you without you necessarily having. Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the last video on creating your account on Kobotoolbox. Like I said in the last video, Kobotoolbox is open source, which means everyone can have access to it and use it for free. So you don't have to pay. Now, the next video, this particular video, we're actually going to upload the form we have designed in lesson 3. Remember? So we're going to upload that form into Kobotoolbox, after which we'll download ODK Collect on our mobile device. We'll configure it to point to our Kobotoolbox server, and then we can start collecting our data. So Kobotoolbox is your server where your data is going to be resident. So every data you collect will come to Kobotoolbox as a server. I think we understand that. As you go to the feed to use a mobile device to collect data, once you send it or you upload completed data, it comes to Kobotoolbox as your server. So we go in, you type www.kobotoolbox.org. Once you type it, you have this screen open. Remember, I've said that in the last video. So you go down to where we have getting started. Click on the login button. We are not creating an account anymore. We are not going to log into our account. So once you click on the login button, it brings you to this environment, the login page for Kobotoolbox. So you enter your username. Remember, you created the username and the password. Enter your username, your password, and you click the login button. In case you forget your password, you can as well use the forgot password. In this case, Kobotoolbox will ask you to enter your email address, and then you get your password reset link sent back to you via email. So I'm going to just click the login button. And so once I click the login button, it brings me to my environment. I already have 3 forms which I've designed previously. So it brings you to the environment where you can basically create forms. So I will go straight to the first one, which is new. So we click on the new button because we are creating a new form. The build form from scratch allows you to use a drag and drop tool to build form. You don't need to bother yourself about that for now. We have the use template. In case you have already built a form and you always want to use some element or the complete form in other surveys, you can save that form as a template. We can import from a URL, but in our case, we're going to upload. Remember, we're going to upload an XLS form. So you click here, you can drag and drop, or you basically click and you wait for a dialog box to open. Remember the location where you saved your lesson 3 assignment is very important. I'm using lesson 2, but your lesson 3 assignment is required here. So remember that location. You click on lesson 3 assignment and then you upload. Give it some time to upload. Once you have error, it means your form did not upload. So like mine is okay, so I'm going to just complete the form, which is not really necessary. So I can just click create project. So once you upload, it brings you to the page, a project page. Click on create project. You have your form uploaded. So you can see my form is already here. So in order for my mobile device to be able to see this form, I need to deploy the form. So once I deploy it, it means anybody with ODK mobile device, ODK Collect, anybody with Kobo Collect, anybody with Survey CTO can basically see my form. If I give them my correct parameters, they can see the form and call up my phone and use it for data collection. So here, this is to edit your form. This allows you to preview your form, and this allows you to replace your form. In case you made mistake to the last form, you can replace the form. So when you click on preview, it gives you the form in a web format. But that's not what we're interested in. We're interested in getting your form to this stage to work. So once you're able to get this done, please let us know. If you're having challenges also, take a screenshot of the error and put it to the WhatsApp group. Our technical team will look at it and get back to you and tell you specifically where you've made mistake. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. We all make mistakes when we are working around programming. So you make mistake, you come back, we call it debugging. So you come back, you look out for the bug, and then you correct your mistakes and you move on. So it's as simple as log in, upload your form, and you check for errors. If there are errors, if there are no errors, preview your form from the Kobo platform, and we are done with that section for creating form, uploading forms, and previewing the form. In our next lesson,